Okay, SoloGamer here. We're still playing level 7 Omega Protocol. And what's going to happen is we're going to go to our next guy here, and that is our team leader. And let's see what his stance is. And his stance is Reckless Advance. Okay, he has a max adrenaline of 4, and he can move 4. So let's do our team leader here. 1, 2, 3, 4, which is 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can move him here. Okay. So that's 2 adrenaline. Okay, so we have here a special rule when you find the office. Okay. Alright, let's see here. Let's see. Staying ways revealed enemy passage. Okay. A commando must be on the office objective marker to increase his adrenaline by 1 to retrieve the data from the commander's office. When a commando performs this action, he takes the objective token and reads the following. Okay, so I will spend another action, which gives me 3, and he will take the objective token, which is this little marker. So he has the plans that we need. And then last but not least is this guy right here, our countermeasure specialist. He has Reckless Advance, and that was just trying to figure out where the hell he's going to go. So he's going to go spend 1 adrenaline, and we're going to go this way, and he's going to move 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Then he's going to spend another adrenaline, and he's going to move here to this door. Okay. Then he's going to spend an adrenaline, which is a risk because I don't know what's behind this door, and this is my last person's turn. And what I may do as a player to be freaking smart is just say screw that and not go anymore, and move the sentry drone to right here, and that will be it. And that's going to be it. I'm not going to explore the door or anything like else. So let me switch over the adrenaline, and then it'll be the Overseer's turn. Okay, so it's the Overseer's turn, and he still can't do anything because he has to be able to do a charge move before he does anything else. Even though I have some stuff on here I would love to be able to do. So we've got his adrenaline pulled back down to 10. We'll move this time thing up to 3, and we'll go back to our heroes. Now, the team leader is going to choose, he wants our countermeasure specialist, because he is by the door. He wants him to go first so he can open the door. And you know what? That's pretty smart move right there. So we will do that. And now we will randomly shuffle. I'll put that there. Yeah, I forgot about that, but okay. Okay, so our countermeasure specialist is going to go. And he has a stance of concentrating. Ugh, which is not very good because he can only move 1 space. But increase the range of your kick card abilities by +2. Alright, so he's going to spend 1 adrenaline, and he's going to open that door. And let's see what we have behind the door. Unlocked. Remove this door from the game. Okay, so now let's see what we have in this room. We have the A-lift. Well, guess what? Alright. Faulty intel and a vent. Now let's start with the faulty intel. Flip over a faulty intel tile in this room. Okay. So we'll take that off of there. So what we'll do is we'll flip. And that is an EMI. Okay? So that means we, you know, whatever plans we had for that, the plans were bad. We got some faulty intel, and now we have EMI in there. And what EMI is going to do, and that's going to limit our range and our attack and stuff like that. So let's see what EMI does. EMI, and you know, electromagnetic interference is what that basically is. Okay, so you know, that'll be pretty good. Let me find that thing here. Okay, EMI. All right. Come on, let's see. Electromagnetic interference makes it more difficult for commandos to see and attack their targets. If a tile has an EMI icon on it, or if the overseer places an EMI terrain mark on it, the entire tile is filled with EMI. Okay, so that entire tile is filled with EMI, and now what you have to do is line of sight. If a commando or target is on an EMI tile, the commando must remove a black die from his ranged attack rolls. Okay? If any of the shortest path between a commando and his target includes 4 or more spaces, the commando's line of sight is blocked. Okay? So that means, you know, you have to take a black die off your movement, and you have to 4 more spaces blocked. But let's see what's going to happen. So we have that. So we know that's there. And let me put this back on here. Alright, we put a vent on that tile. So we'll put it right here. And then we have the A lift, which we will put the A lift on the objective zone, and that's going to go right there. So we have the A lift right there. So, and you know what? There's no monsters in this room. So, woof. But we did trigger a crisis point, because now we have found both freaking objectives. So let's see what happens when we trigger the crisis point for this mission. Every mission is going to have a different crisis point, okay? Alright, the crisis point is triggered at the start of the 8th round, or after the rooms containing both the office and A-lift objectives are revealed. After the crisis point is triggered, add a black die to every clone's attack roll for the remainder of the game. In addition, at the start of each Overseer phase, the Overseer opens a door connecting a hidden room to the revealed section of the map, and then resolves the room's cards normally. Okay, so means, you know, it's going to get pretty freaking hot. Alright, so there's the A-lift. We got to get the hell out with the A-lift. So he has 1 adrenaline token we spent to open the door. Alright, and he can only move 1 space at a time, so he can move 4 more spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll move him there, and that's his adrenaline. Okay. Alright. Next is going to be our team leader, who's way the hell back here, and let's see what his stance is. His stance is commanding. Okay, he can move 2 spaces. So let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So he's there, and that's as much as he can move, and we have to put 5 adrenaline on him. Okay, now we have the heavy support guy, who's way over here, and his stance is braced, and he can only move 2 spaces. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So that is his, and that costs him 4 adrenaline. And now we have the rifleman, and he is prone, which is not going to be good because he can only move 1 space. So he's way the heck back over here. So he can 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he's there. And that's 5 adrenaline. But I will move the sentry drone. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And we will move that there. And then our last person is the reconnaissance specialist, and he can move 3. So let's move him. He's here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. He's got 6. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And he's going to stop right here. Now, there's another thing I need to tell you about, is this whole diagonal type thing with this game. This game basically says once per movement turn, you can move diagonally, but that's it. I don't really kind of go with that. You know, I don't understand what the deal is with that, so I just kind of ignore that. But, you know, to each his own. Okay, so we've done all of our adrenaline. It is now going to be the Overseer's phase. So let's skip over, switch the adrenaline out, and see what we get. Okay, as you can see, the Overseer has plenty of adrenaline, but there's nothing he can really do yet. But the Overseer gets to open a door each turn. So we're going to go ahead and open this door, and it would have been locked. But now this room's cards are exposed. So let's see what was in this room. We had corrosive gas in that room, a fire team, and a recon patrol. So you can spawn 3 warrior clones in that room. 1, 2, 3. And 2 rogue and 1 warrior clones in this room. 2, 3. So we have 3 freaking clones. And then we have a corrosive gas. And the corrosive gas is, you can put these corrosive gas markers, and they have to line up with each other. They can't go in like these red brick spaces, and they all have to like connect to at least 2 other things, as you can see. And they can be up to 9, but we're just going to use 8. And you see how each corrosive gas marker is touching at least 2 others. Like this one's touching this one and this one. This one's touching this one and this one, and so forth. And if a commando were to go in there, big trouble. It's going to hurt them, cost damage. Anyways, that's what's in that room. Next Overseer turn, I'll be able to open another door. But what's going to happen is now I'm going to start spending some of this adrenaline. And I'm going to spend 4 adrenaline on a freaking charge. Okay? And I also get to refresh too. Okay, move an enemy up to twice its speed when you activate it. Okay, so I'm going to activate one of these rogue clones, and it's going to cost me 1 adrenaline point to activate it. And his speed is 6, and I will spend 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. And now he is there adjacent to that guy, and he will be able to attack, which we're going to go ahead and do right now. As a matter of fact, let's go ahead. And he's got 3 black dice, and our reconnaissance, our guy here has a defense of 3. And so he got his defense. Okay, now I'm going to spend 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 to cause a cave-in. And that means I get to take these little, as you can see, these little rubble cave-in markers here, and there's special rules for them. And I get to put them anywhere I want, as long as they don't touch these things right here or lay them over. So I could put a cave-in here, which is going to cause this guy 1 damage. If you're adjacent to a space with a cave-in, you're going to get 1 damage. So our team leader is going to take 1 damage. And then I get to put a cave-in right here. And the big guy is going to take 1 damage. Okay, now I have hasten. It says refresh another dashboard ability once. And I did that with the dodge, so I spend 4 to do that. Frenzy. Now that's going to cost me 6. Make an additional attack with an enemy during its combat. Okay, which I'm going to do. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to spend 1 to move this clone. 1, 2, 3. Well, no, I'm going to spend 1 warrior. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, he gets to make 2 attacks. He's going to shoot at the guy, and let's see here. He gets to roll 3 black dice. Okay, and that's a 3, and our defense is 3. Okay. So he takes another wound. And now he will roll again. And there's 3 again. So now he takes another wound. So he's down to 2 health left. Okay. Now, clone flakers. I can spend 4 adrenaline to spawn up to 2 clones at a vent. and then I will spawn, and then it says I can pay another 2. So that's basically, I get to spawn 3 clones at an event. And guess what I'm spawning? Right here. Right here. And right here. Now, I don't have any more adrenaline, so I can't go anymore. So, I kind of spin it all, but hey, what you gonna do? I still bet I get to spin some of it next turn. So it's gonna be our hero's turn, so let's get them set up and ready to go. Okay, so we're ready, but before I do anything else, the sentry drone was in a guard position. So the only one that really has a good line of sight is on this guy right here. So the sentry drone is going to attack, and it has to remove. Now it's not affected by EMI. It is a robot for some reason. I don't know why. And it gets 2 red and 3 black, and that's enough to kill that guy. All right, so it's our hero's turn, and the team leader says, "You know what? I want our reconnaissance specialist to go first." Which is what he's going to do, because once our reconnaissance specialist gets on the elevator, he's out of the game. Okay, so that's what's going to happen. He's going to let him go first, and then we shuffled, and this was the order we did that. Now, since the reconnaissance specialist, he's wounded, but he's going to go. Now, he has anything. Alright, let's see what his stance is going to be. His stance is going to be reckless advance. After you perform an action, move 1 space. Okay, so he's going to use spotter. He's going to spin. Well, you know what? He's not going to do that. Because, see, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. He can do 2 attacks. Alright, so he's going to do 1 attack, and he's going to attack him. Now remember, because the EMI is going, we have to remove 1 black die. Okay? So that's all we'll have. And let's hope it's good enough. Now he can re-roll a black die if he needs to. Okay, well, there's no need to, because he kills this rogue clone. Alright. That's 2. Now he's going to spend another 2 to attack this rogue clone. We are just in range. And look at that. That's beautiful. So he kills that one. Okay. So he will spend 1 more adrenaline, and he goes into the elevator, and he is off the map. Number 2 is our rifleman. And our rifleman here is way the heck back here. And he has prone. Oh my goodness. That's not going to be good. So we're going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so that's his adrenaline. Jeez. And that's it. But the sentry drone does get to go, and it will move 1, 2, 3, 4, and it will guard right here. Okay, number 3 is our big guy. He's cautious advance, and he will move 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So that's 3 adrenaline. All right, and then he moves 1, 2. It's 4 adrenaline, and he will attack that guy. Now he has this pretty cool gun, so he gets 2 red dice. And he kills him. Alright. Now we have the team leader. And let's see what his stance is going to be. And his is commanding. Okay, now... alright, well, we each get an additional black die in a 5 space all around him. So he's over here. So let's move him. He only moves 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. That's 3. 1. And see, now we can't move here. And 2, that's 4. But he can spend a adrenaline token to search and investigate. And that's what he's going to do. Okay? And so he finds a